I'm Javi, and today I'm bringing you my TBR for the new Chilean version of the Magical Readathon. So, a few disclaimers. This is, as I said in the intro, a new Magical Readathon. The full creator is the wonderful, amazingly creative and talented Javi from A Song of Pages. She is both an Instagrammer, booktuber, and translator. She's Chilean. I will link her channel down below. So, she made this entirely of her own, new prompts, new kind of concept. It's not a house competition, and you'll see when we get through the prompts. Disclaimer number 2. This is in Spanish. I am roughly translating it to English because I wanted to make a TBR video and I like making videos in English. The readathon per se, it's in Spanish because the creator creates content in Spanish. She's Chilean, she likes to do her thing in Spanish, and she rocks it. What can I say? 3. It is a magical readathon. It is Harry Potter theme. And yes, J.K. Rowling may still be a horrible person, very transphobic and kind of unaware still. But what she doesn't understand, and what we as a community must understand, is that once an author throws their work to the world, they don't quite own it anymore, because they put it out and they have to let people do what they will with what they put out. They have no control over it. So, taking that position, the community that surrounds this readathon in particular, and this creator, and the it's mostly carried on Instagram. So that community there from the Magical Readathon, like in Spanish, and it's more Latin kind of. We have a WhatsApp group, I've talked about it before and stuff. It's so truly positive, and yeah, it gets dramatic sometimes, but in a fun way. It doesn't get toxic. So I still want that. I still crave that. And it's the only readathon I have in Spanish that I share with like a Spanish speaking community. So I will cherish that and I will take it. Do what you will with that. That's the disclaimers. Now, I don't quite work well with set-on TBRs. That burns me out. What I like doing is taking a prompt and setting options. So that's how I live. Control chaos. Like, okay, these are the rules, and I have some space to move around. So, very on track with this, the theme for this readathon is Fred and George Weasley. Command you to run havoc in Hogwarts. And they just suggest a few ways in which you can do that. So, by accomplishing certain prompts, you may run the havoc that they propose to you. Let's get into this. I've already talked 10 minutes and there are quite a few options. So let's get started, shall we? If you notice, the change of angle and lighting is because I already recorded this. And the audio sucked. Oh my lord, it was trash. So here we are, doing it again, hopefully in a more concise and precise way. We already had a trial run, so we may actually know, me, myself, and I, what to say. A thing that I forgot to say before is that the readathon will take place during the entire month of April. It's like, it's kind of a choose your own adventure. You have many ways you can make this happen. I repeat, this readathon is in Spanish. Therefore, the things I say in English, meaning the prompts and the missions and stuff, it's just my take on the translations because the prompts are in Spanish. So don't come at me. I am trying my best. Okay? Sorry for the half-ass, maybe if I get something wrong. We're trying here. This is me trying. The main mission that I have, the biggest one, asks me to read 6 books. And is escape to Honeyducks to buy some sweets for an improvised party. It asks me to read 6 books because it has 6 steps, 6 steps to accomplish this mission. So, the first one, it's actually divided by houses, okay? So since I'm a Ravenclaw, I identify as a Ravenclaw, I guess, I would have to get from the Ravenclaw common room to the one-eyed witch statue. And that prompt is to read a blue book, or just a blue cover, okay? For more details on the readathon, like if you want your precise house and stuff, you would have to go out and check Javi's profile and, social handles. On Instagram, she has a link to the actual document with everything, everything very specified and pretty orderly, and it's very magical. And then later, since this is a very Instagram-based readathon, she will post some templates where you can update and some activities, and it's very interactive and so much fun. Blue books. I have a few options for that. First, I have El despertar de la sirena by Carolina Andújar. This, it's actually, I think this is Chilean, or at least it was written in Spanish. Therefore, I wouldn't be able to tell you if it's available in English, but it's pretty blue. It would be something like the waking of the siren. My experience with this book was, I was hating it, like 2/3 into the book, and I was hating it, and I was ranting about it. So it's like 2 pages, and I would rant about it to him, and but it was like enjoyable, but I was like, oh my god, it's so. And then it turned around, and it was freaking amazing. It blew me away, and I till this day think about it constantly. I'm truly obsessed with it. is a story about this cursed siren. She calls a new lover to the seas every 300 years, every time she wakes. So this is the telling, the tale of her latest awakening, I guess. And wow, I will most probably pick this up because I am truly very obsessed with it, and I am very due for a reread. Then I got A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kammerer. Beauty and the Beast, retelling. The cover is pretty blue. I'm a sucker for Beauty and the Beast, so be warned. So good. And I gave this one to my friend Astrid for her birthday. The first two at least, maybe the whole trilogy, and we'll be reading it together and commenting it. So I will reread this and pay more attention to the second part, and just babble about it because we're both obsessed with Beauty and the Beast. Then I got Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. I do not know much about... Can you hear my belly rumbling? I don't know much about Spin the Dawn. Just the concept, the tagline that sold me was Mulan meets Project Runway. And I just purchased it. Thank you. Next. Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. Scares the shit out of me. Oh my god. This girl, it has to deal with grief and Arthurian tales. I won't maybe call it mythology. I don't know. Everyone on BookTube has been raving about this book. Therefore, I'm so scared. Yeah. But as the color says, this is a book club pick. This is Chloe's Patreon for the month of April. I have to read it, so I just fit in it where it fits. See if I am pushed to pick it up. Again, these are all options. I have to read just one of these to complete the prompt. These are mostly my panic options. Then next, The Call of Cthulhu by H.P. Lovecraft. In the summer, I took a course that was like literature and philosophical readings of the wondrous and fantastical. Something like that. Okay? And, we're at some Lovecraft, and I was already picking interest in that. My grandfather used to talk about Lovecraft a lot, so that was the final push. I really want to, dive a bit more into that. Then, another panic like contention plan. Quidditch Through Ages. It's on theme, it's blue. Might as well do it to start. If I just 5 days into the readathon and I have not read a thing, might as well just browse through these, huge margins. Not a lot of text, drawings and stuff. The second read that I have, the second step in this mission, it's actually determined by the day I finish the blue book, okay? So if I finish my blue book on a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday, or a Sunday, I will have an encounter with Snape, and therefore I would have to, avoid him to not get caught. I have a few ways to do that, the ways I chose to, find options to, was with the Marauders map, and for that one I have A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. Again, those, my friend Astrid gave them to me. I told her that they were Beauty and the Beast retelling. We're kind of stuck in this. We were kind of stuck in this part, like, okay, I got you into this, but I refuse to keep reading because the next installments will be about Nesta and Cassian, and Nesta wrecks my nerves. I despise her. Could run for hours because she's like the worst big sister ever. So I was like, I won't take the plunge. I will not read A Court of Frost and Starlight because that will lead me to A Court of Silver Flames, and I do not want to read Nessian because Cassian deserves better. And she was, I will not read it if I don't know it's a safe book to read. She will not read it if Nessian is a thing. I didn't want to read it if Nessian was endgame. So we were stuck. Then I watched Kevin, Irish Reader's vlog for Court of Silver Flames, and I caved. Fine, I will read it, and then I will tell it to her, and she will read it, even if it's not safe, just to accompany me in the pain. Because I read it first, and then she'll suffer with me. Whatever. And then we have the Peruvian Instant Darkness Powder. I am looking into the horizon because I have my cheat sheet of names. There. Peruvian Instant Darkness Powder, which is just a black cover. I have The Call by Peter O. Gilin. I'm sorry, by this person. I first heard about this from Jessie the Reader. And this is like, I know that there's like this alien invasion-y kind of stuff, and now teenagers get taken for 3 minutes and something into this other dimension, and they have to run through freaking trials, and that's the call. So you're just a teenage walking, living your life, and then you get the call and disappear from your dimension and it will last in your dimension 3 minutes and something. And you would either come back dead or alive. If you come back alive, you'll be torn to pieces, but you're alive. No? And I was just like, okay. Then I have Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Manescalco. She's the author of Stalking Jack the Ripper. I have not read those. But this is very fantastical, apparently. There's like the Lord of Darkness that gives me hard breeze vibes, and I saw like a beautiful unboxing. I was like, I really want to read that, but then it never happened. And this was the pick for book club, Kevin's book club for Patreon for the month of February. I'm sorry. So yeah, then I have this baby here, 3 Dark Crowns by Kendra Blake. This is pretty widely known. three sisters have to fight each other to determine who will be the next crowned queen, and each has like a specialty with magic, an affinity with a type of magic. There's poisons, elements, and nature, I think. Maybe. So yeah. Excited. Again, the cover is pretty black. I have Oblivion by JLA. I will have to do something with Astrid, okay? So we were talking, and you've never read JLA, and you're in the mood for some trashy paranormal romance, YA romance. So why don't you read this series? It's called Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's a literal paranormal romance with aliens. And what happened was, she actually did and binged all of the books. And I was like, yo dude, I'm in the fourth one. But okay, you do you. And she was like, yeah, and I read the first one, and then I read the first one from the dude's perspective. I was like, you did what? Yeah, the first 3 are actually published from the perspective of the male love interest. And I was like, you what? And now I have it because I have to read it, and then we have to comment it because we can't be stopped. Because I get her into something, she obsesses over it, and then I have to catch up. Oh my god. Oh my god. He can't be stopped. Somebody send help. My Panic Cop-Outs. In the Tall Grass by Stephen King. Short story, horror, I think. It's gonna be scary. And then Coraline by Neil Gaiman. It's a spooky middle grade. I watched the movie and I know it's not gonna be quite the same. That's it. But still gonna be creepy AF. If I don't finish my days on a snake, my book. If I don't finish my book, my blue book on Snape Day, I will finish my books on a Filch Day, which would be Tuesdays, Thursdays, or Saturdays. I can get around Filch with 2, count them, 2, Weasley's Wizard Weasleys, which are the Portable Swamp, which the prompt is plants on the cover. I have on the top Across the Greengrass Fields by Shannon Maguire. This is the 6th installment on the Wayward Children series, and it's one of my most anticipated books of 2021. In the world we're gonna meet, it's a portal fantasy, and the world we're gonna encounter in this one, it's gonna be like all about horses, and I'm just very intrigued. Then I have again A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and if I have already read that one for Blue Book, which may happen, who knows. I have A Heart So Fierce and Broken. They both have, actually all 3 covers have these vine thingies going on that tie them up together. So those are plants, like thorny vines things. So yeah, plants. Kingdom of the Wicked. Again, I have it because it has like these branches and flowers. Got it. The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, which is... This lighting is getting awful. This is prompted as an adult middle grade. It's queer, and this man works like kind of policing, I don't know, checking on these different like care homes for almost like peculiar children, and he lives a pretty fine life. It's all very fine. Then he gets to this particular care home, which is the House in the Cerulean Sea, and everything gets turned upside down. It seems to be pretty wholesome and, you know, soul food. I am trying to adjust the light, I'm so sorry. Just the sun decided to act up now. And in the cover you can see that the house in the Cerulean Sea, it's actually like placed on this cliff thing that has like kind of trees and grass, and those are plants. If you see my next option, it's Oblivion. We already talked about that one. It has like trees in the background. That's my reason. And then my last option for Portable Swamp, it's Three Dark Crowns again, because if you squint in here, you can actually see that there are like flowers here. So yeah, those are plants. Good. The other way you can get around Filch is using the, now this one is a hard one, the Weasley's Wildfire Whizbangs. Oh my god, what a tongue twister. Which is reading an LGBTQIAP+ book. For this one I have Winter's Orbit, which is like, it was an impulse pre-order, so I really want to get to it ASAP, because then why the freak did I pre-order it? Because it was cheaper, but whatever. Because it was prompted to me as red, white, and royal blue, red, white, and royal blue with murder mystery. Like, okay, there's this prince, and then he gets an arranged marriage with this scholar, because the actual previous consort of the prince was killed, and they play this whodunit thing because the prince is actually a suspect, or the scholar, one of them is actually a suspect in the murder mystery, and there's a bunch of politics and stuff. So it piqued my curiosity. The thing about like red, white, and royal blue with murder mystery, I was like, fine, fine, damn it. I have Cemetery Boys, which was, I don't even know for what month, a past month book club pick for Kevin's Patron, by Aiden Thomas. If you hear crunches, it's because Meow is hungry. Where was I? Cemetery Boys. Cemetery Boys was just a past book club pick for Kevin's Patron, like before I joined. But I am very intrigued by it, even though it makes me nervous, because it's about this trans boy that wants to prove to his family that his gender, and he wants to do that by proving he is an actual brujo. And he has to do, he wants to do this like ghost summoning, spirit summoning ritual to call back his cousin that has recently passed. And he succeeds in the ritual, not in the summoning. it kind of goes a bit wayward in that sense, because he actually summons the wrong ghosts, and he falls in love with the wrong ghost, which actually turns out to be the school bully, and it's like kind of enemies to lovers, but it doesn't have a future because one is a ghost and letting go, and it will break me. I am terrified. So yeah, that's why it made me nervous. Then I have The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper. This is actually April's book club pick for Kevin's patron. And I'm screaming because it's a contemporary. Contemporaries scare the freak out of me. There's two boys. One is an influencer, and their lives get turned around because their parents get involved in this space mission, and how they deal with the consequences of their parents' work in this big space mission, and how they find solace in each other. And oh my god, why do I do this to myself? My cop-outs. Fans Volume 4. You know, Enemies Lovers graphic novel book. Nothing happened. Enemies Lovers graphic novel, which with fencing, and they were roommates. That's it. And then The Black Flamingo by Dean Ada. This is a novel written in verse about the experience of a young black boy coming to terms with his queer identity. Third step, I have to use the password, which is Descendium. And the prompt for that is a title that has a letter D on it for Descendium. For this I have three options. Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. The second of my most anticipated books of the year. I just only have 3, and the third one won't come out for this, so won't be out, which is anyway The Wind Blows, and we're not talking about that. Bridge of Souls is the, for now, last installment in the Cassidy Blake series, at least that's what Victoria Schwab said in the publication date. And it's so good. It's a middle grade. So much fun. You have this girl, Cassidy Blake, who had a near-death experience. And since that, she can actually see ghosts. And that's pretty fine with her. In fact, her best friend is a ghost. But that works out fine because the town where she lives, it's not very haunted. That changes when, in the summer, her parents sign up a contract to film a docuseries touring throughout the most haunted scenarios, cities, places of the world, talking about the history and, you know, the superstition of the place. So maybe that's not quite a good idea if you can actually interact with the ghosts to go to the most haunted places, because maybe not all ghosts are friendly. So chaos ensues, and it's fun. Oh my god. Then I have Serpent and Dove. You know, the Dove part has the D on the title. Enemies to lovers arrange marriage between a witch and a witch hunter. The witch knows she's marrying a witch hunter, but she's a witch on the run from her coven, so she has like no other option. The witch hunter doesn't know that what his new wife, it's actually a witch. Chaos ensues, drama, the tea, and stuff. It has been the rave before. Things have been more mixed with blood and honey. And then 3 dark crowns. We already talked about that one. Then we have to take the tunnel to Hogsmeade. In the tunnel to Hogsmeade, we have to cast Lumos, which is the prompt for that is a book with a light source on the cover. For that I have Cemetery Boys, which has this moon on the cover. You know, I'm counting the moon because, you know, nights with new moon are darker, like factually, than nights with full moon, because, you know, the moon reflects the light of the sun and therefore it lights up the night. So it's a light source. And it would be the same case for The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. This is a middle grade. What I know is that it features this girl that instead of drinking starlight was fed moonlight, and therefore she's now magical, and so she's raised by a witch. It has a moon on the cover. Next. Then I have Elevation by Stephen King, which has this, I will call it, cosmic thingy going on, maybe fireworks too, but those are like lighty, uppy, maybe. I'm counting the thing that's happening here in the cover with yellow against the night sky as a light source. I have no clue what this is about. I know it's short. Legendborn. The girl here has these fire thingies. Fire, you know, people used to make fires to light up the darkness with torches and candles and stuff. In the same line of candles and fire, we have Coraline. Coraline, the cover that I have access to, that's the one available on Scribd, which is where I would read the book if I get to it, has the candle on the cover. And that is a light source. Fact. The loneliest girl in the universe. I am not entirely sure what this is about. It does call my attention, like call my name. I know this girl is like trapped in a space station or a space shuttle or something. And in the cover that I have access to on Scribd, you can see her sitting in this window, and a window, fact, is a light source. The more windows, the brighter the room. Therefore, they're light sources. And the trip to get to Hogsmeade through the tunnel takes 1 hour. Therefore, I would have to pick a book that would make the time fly. For that, I have Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. I tried there. I love it. I love Winnie the Pooh. I'm obsessed. Okay. It's like, it's my major comfort and it hits me hard. That book, it's gonna fly by and gonna hurt me so bad. We have The Slipper and the Spindle by Neil Gaiman, which is both a retelling for A Sleeping Beauty and Snow White. And Murphy from Murphy Napier raves about this one. She loves it. So it's short. Then I have A Court of Frost and Starlight because this is a book about them being happy. About my inner circle being happy. About nothing happening. Just Christmas. Then we have Across the Greengrass Fields and Bridge of Souls because, well, those are most anticipated. They're gonna go like that. At least I hope so. Then we actually finish with the 6th read. And we get to Honeydukes, so we have to buy something sweet to bring to the party. And that is read a romance. For that I have The Gravity of Ass, but by Phil Sanford, Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas Winter's Orbit, by Everina Maxwell, and The House of the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. Those are my options for romance. If I read one of those, I have 3 others I will probably not have read. So yeah, that would be my main mission. Aside from the main quest, we have some side quests. I call them minor missions because, you know, my main mission was to like run out to Honeydukes. And while I'm doing that, I could also, you know, do these minor things aside just to keep wrecking the place and, you know, running havoc. Quest. The first side quest and first minor mission we have is skip class at least once. We can accomplish that by using the Skyvin snack box treats. Each treat is paired with a prompt. I will tell you the prompts and then just pop up the options, at least the repeats, because, you know, we don't have to go through them again. This is long enough. We have Fainting Fancies, which is a minimum of 400 pages. We have Puking Pastels. Oh my god. Puking Pastels, which is a genre that you normally don't pick up, don't read. I have a new one for this one that I have not talked about it. Is The Tempest by William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare. You know, I don't usually read plays, but I do like reading plays. I don't usually pick them. I do like them. One. Then we have Nosebleed Nugget, which is a book that will make you suffer. I want just to clarify that Winnie Pooh, it's because of the philosophy, it's gonna hit me hard. I feel like it's gonna change me. The anxiety that The Loneliest Girl in the Universe, The Black Flamingo, and Cemetery Boys give me, just think about reading them. And then the concept of The Loneliest Girl in the Universe, it also hits me, so I feel like they're gonna make me suffer. I feel it. Oh no. So yeah, those are the options. And then we have Fever Plotch, which is read a steamy book. For that one I have A Court of Frozen Starlight, and my addition for that is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang, because I love it and I may need the pick-me-up. I just love the autism rap and the romance, and the steam is so good. The smut, top notch. And just, I love Stella. I love her. I relate, okay? I love her. She's precious. She's precious. And he is so sweet. And for once, the drama is not like quite in the romance. Oh no, not like in. I have no words. I have truly no words. For the second side quest, we have Clandestine Quidditch. These ones are new books. So, we have, for Clandestine Quidditch, you have to have a flying broom, because you can't play Quidditch without a flying broom. So, you either have to have flying objects or animals on the cover. For that I have Seen Aside by Orson Scott Card. It's Ender's Game number 3. Thanks. That is a space shuttle that flies. Or a plane thingy. Oh, it flies. You know, it's meant to go in space and fly. I'm reading this for a friend because she asked me to, because she needed someone to talk to about it. It's been almost a year since, not almost, it's been a year. I read Speaker for the Dead, which is the second one, for Magical Readathon last year. Here we are, third one for the next year, you know. But I promise I will try, at least I will get through this one this year. And we'll try to get through, you know, the next one, which is Children of the Mind, and actually finish the series and actually be able to talk to her, which it burns. I promise I will get through this. I will get it. I promise. I promise. I will. They're on my TBR, Shelly, little thingy. I have them in mind. I swear I will read them. I will get to them ASAP. Okay? Okay. Sorry. We have the black flamingo because it has flamingos on the cover and those fly. I have Peter Pan. That's my cop-out. Okay, by J.M. Barrie. Peter Pan is the boy that flies. And you know, I don't know if this is the Barnes & Noble cover that it's available on script, or the Mina Lima one. I don't know. But that's the one and there's a fairy and a flying Peter Pan there. And, you know, a boy that flies, and that's a flying animal. Humans are animals. Yeah. We're counting that. Flying thing. He's flying. Yeah. Then we have Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. So, the main thing is that you can see the end in the cover, and then that would be the serpent. But if you actually squint it and look behind the title and the serpent end, there's actually a dove, a black dove on the back, and that's a bird, and that flies. So yeah. And the second thing that you need to practice clandestine Quidditch would be a lost snitch. And the prompt for that, it's yellow elements on the cover. I have for that Rules of Magic by Alice Hoffman, which is a prequel for Practical Magic, my favorite book of all time. I ramble about that book every time I possibly can. Yeah. The second option I have for yellow elements on the cover is the Yellow Paper Wall by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, which I have the collection of her stories in my Kindle. And the Yellow Paper Wall is in that, and the cover features that Yellow Paper Wall. This is actually it's a very impactful story, short story, about a real procedure that was used to try and cure depression, which was deprivation of stimuli. Actually, you weren't allowed to do anything, to have contact with anyone, to not, you know, you couldn't amuse yourself. And this is a story about a woman that has to endure that treatment, and it goes so wrong that she actually starts having visions, hallucinations with the yellow paper wall of the room that she's trapped in. This story, that it's based in an actual treatment that was used, convinced many psychiatrists to stop using that method. Like, it changed mental health history. Alright? Another side quest that you can do and get more accomplished, it's run in the hallways. and it's basically a sprint. Get 50 pages done in one sitting. You know, sit down and read 50 pages. And then you'll be running in the hallways because you would be, you know, sprinting through that book. The last side quest that I have written down to run havoc would be to turn a hallway into a swamp. You accomplish that with a flying broom. We got through those. And a portable swamp. And the last thing that I got for this readathon is that you can actually access the catalog of Weasley's Wizard Weezys and use them as you wish. You may, since it's pretty choose your own adventure, you may not even want to get through a main quest. Again, for more information, go check Javi's profile and social handles and stuff. She's a creator, and since you have access to all of that and you can do what you want, you may actually just use these prompts like on their own, which are the Peruvian instant darkness powder, the decoy detonators, which is a minimum of 200 pages, portable swamp, we already got through those. Again, extendable ears, those are books that were or are popular. You know, these are my options from what I presented. Just filing up prompts. And Weasley's Wildfire Whiz Bangs. Oh my god. What a mouthful. LGBTQIAP plus read. And we got through the flying broom. You could also use these skiving snack book treats. You know, just get one and only use fever fudge and just read steamy books all throughout April. You know, the possibilities are endless. And that's it, my peeps. The sun has gone down. I feel like this is way longer than before. I don't think I managed more precise and concise. Well, you'll never know. So just let's get back to my past self with the old outro that I had. It still works. That audio wasn't crap. So yeah, that was very long-winded. I need to get better at making shorter videos and being more concise and precise with my point, not rambling about much. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you soon. Bye!